Did you know that there are vehicles in GTA 5 that make you invincible to other people? Well, not literally. They will only make you invincible on the minimap, but that's still very cool. So in order from good to best, let's look at all the stealth vehicles. The RO86 Alkonost is by far the biggest plane you can buy in the game, and to just put it into perspective, the plane takes up the whole hangar space in which you can usually fit a lot of different planes. The main attraction of this plane is obviously its ridiculous size, and yes, the stealth mode too. Let's talk about the size first, because it's arguably cooler, and then we will continue about the stealth mode. The size of it is so huge that when you exit your hangar, the plane won't just be outside of the hangar doors like other usual planes, but rather you will instantly be on the runway so you can take off from there. From the flying perspective, the plane is alright, I guess. It's not as fast as you might expect from a plane which has huge 4 engines, and the Sparrow helicopter is even faster than it, so yeah. From the weapon side of things, it has bombs. And if you ever use them, you probably know how useless they are, but it's still cool. Now about the stealth. Anytime you fly this plane above a certain height, it will be in a stealth mode. So for reference, the height needs to be a bit above the Maze Bank Tower building, and you will know when you are in stealth mode when your icon on the minimap starts blinking, which is the same case for any plane. When you see the icon blinking, you are then in stealth mode. Still, I find the stealth mode quite conflicting for this plane, since it's cool that you won't be visible to other people on the minimap, but one small issue. The plane is still huge, so you don't even need minimap to see it. Overall, the plane is cool, but still quite useless, that's why it's at the bottom, or at the top, whatever. Now going to a complete opposite side of things from the last plane is the Nagasaki Ultralight, which is obviously a really small plane. This is a glider plane which actually doesn't have stealth mode when you buy it, so you will have to go into your hangar and buy an upgrade called Muffled Carbon Prop, which is quite an expensive upgrade, but you need it if you want to have the stealth mode. Then every time you fly it, you will have the stealth mode active. I know it says here that it is active while you are gliding or gently accelerating, but for me, most of the time, no matter what I am doing, the plane will be in stealth mode, however your mileage may vary. Apart from stealth mode, you can also buy a machine gun which can do some serious damage. See, that's some serious damage. This is a nice little plane to fly around. You definitely won't intimidate anybody with it, but it has stealth so you can skedaddle when danger comes your way. Now, Annihilator Stealth is the first of, you could say, useful vehicles. I'm going to run through it real quick since I don't even own it. It is not that good, at least in my opinion. There is a much better helicopter, which is faster, much more nimble, and overall better than the Annihilator. But maybe I'm wrong, so please let me know if you like the Annihilator in the comments down below. And the only reason I can even think of why you would purchase the Annihilator is for the 6-person capacity. So the helicopter is quite mid, but if you don't want to be mid, you can subscribe to this channel. I have great stuff coming up and you don't want to miss it. Do it. It probably seems like I just trash talked about this heli, but I don't like it, so boohoo. Yet another stealth vehicle that is actually awesome is the Kosatka submarine. It is obviously a big submarine which you can operate and use any way you want to. It comes with the stealth mode, but about that a bit later. Let's talk about all the other features, since there are quite a lot to talk about. First of all, you can operate the submarine and either swim on the surface or dive and explore the ocean with it. While you are operating it, you can also get access to homing rockets, which you can shoot at others if you press E and enter the, let's just call it, the homing rocket mode. But you can only shoot the rockets when you lock onto someone, so keep that in mind. Also, if you don't enter the missile mode, you can also fire off torpedoes while you are operating the Kosatka. About the driving perspective, that's quite all, since I don't think the driving is what's interesting with the submarine. When you step out of the control station, behind it you will find 2 chairs, and if you sit here, you can launch guided missiles which can be controlled while they are in the air, and they will explode upon hitting an object, so if you want to evaporate someone, just hit the ground near them. I personally really like these rockets because they are really a different kind of weapon and fun to use. Apart from these rockets, you will have few vehicles in your Kosatka also. You will have the best helicopter in the game, the Sparrow. Below it, you will have a space to store your Toreador, which is arguably also the best car in the game. and in front of it is yet another submarine which you can store in your submarine. Quite insane if you ask me. Okay, I think now is the time to talk about the stealth mode. In the submarine, whenever you are underwater, you will be invincible to others on the map. Pretty simple system. You might think it's quite useless, but here is the thing. While you are controlling it, you can press E while you are underwater, which will put the submarine in autopilot so it will stay underwater. And then you can stay inside it and be invincible to others. Okay, it is still quite useless since you won't be able to fire those rockets or fly your sparrow, so the uselessness is still there, just not as much as you may thought. Oh, and another thing I almost forgot to mention, this submarine has this desk at the main room which allows you to do the Cayo Perico heist, which is the best money-making method in the game. I really have to make a video about the heist, since I keep talking about it and I'm not showing anything. Let me know in the comments if you want a full video on the heist. Oh wow, I have been talking about the submarine for quite a long time. Anyways, it's at the spot in the list because it's not really useful as a vehicle, so let's move on to better things. Another vehicle from the service tab. Oh, and if you want to see the service vehicles, click on this banner, that's a great video, I'm sure you will enjoy it. Anyway, the Mammoth Avenger. It is a VTOL aircraft, meaning it is both a helicopter and can be a plane, whichever one you prefer. I really like its plane version, and fun fact, the Avenger is the second fastest vehicle from this list, so there's that. As the Kosatka, the Avenger also has quite a lot of features inside of it. But before I go inside, I want to point out that if you go into the quick menu, you can also put the Avenger into autopilot mid-air, the same as you can do with the Kosatka, but just with more steps. Inside of it, you will find a control screen from which you can start some missions. They are quite lame, so I don't know. Going further, you will find 3 gun stations which all can control the 3 turrets which are on the Avenger. These turreted guns have explosive ammo, so they are quite powerful. Going further, you will have a spot for your thruster jetpack, and at the back there will be a gun workshop and a car workshop where you can upgrade any cars. Oh, and Kosatka has the gun workshop too. You really need to check out the video in the pop-up banner. I explain these details about the service vehicles in much better detail. Anyways, about the flying. It flies really nicely, and the Avenger is quite a tank, so occasional bumps into buildings don't hurt it that much. As a pilot, you also get access to bombs, machine guns, which are quite useless, and homing rockets, which are not useless. Now about the stealth, I kinda lied about it. Well, not in the way you might think, let me explain. When your Avenger is in the hangar, you can purchase all the upgrades mentioned before, and also you can purchase the stealth module, which makes you invincible on the minimap, but only when the Avenger is in its hover mode. And as you can see, I don't have this upgrade purchased, since I think that the other upgrade in the section, the missile lock-on jammer for the Avenger, is much more useful, since you are a big target in the air and oppressors not being able to lock onto you is a much needed thing. So yeah, it can be a stealth plane, I just chose it not to be. Now the good stuff. Top 2. And the second best stealth vehicle, again in my opinion, is the Akula helicopter. This is the helicopter that I was talking about being better than the Annihilator Stealth. The Akula, of course, has a stealth module which is active only when your weapons are stored away by pressing H on your keyboard or some other button if you're a console player. As the Annihilator, the Akula also has both the machine guns, the bombs and homing rockets. But unlike the Annihilator, the Akula's passenger also gets a gun. Whenever someone is in the passenger seat of the Akula, they can use the machine gun mounted on the front, which can rotate in either side and up and down, so even the passenger can do something. While flying, the Akula will be faster, quicker at climbing the elevation, and just all around nicer to control and fly. That's the reason I choose the Akula over the Annihilator any day of the week. So yeah, Akula, nice heli. Okay, one vehicle left, so let's see what it is. The Mammoth F-160 Raiju is the best stealth vehicle in the game, and if you disagree with me, you are wrong. I would go as far as to say that the Raiju is not only the best stealth vehicle, but also the best vehicle overall in the game. It is the fastest vehicle rated on the top speed, and oftentimes I use it to go across the map as fast as possible. Raiju is also a VTOL aircraft, which just adds to its usefulness since you can easily fly to the city and land anywhere you want to quite easily. As standard, you also get the usual missiles and explosive machine guns. But when you don't need them, you can just put them away, and now you are invincible to others, which is really cool. Weirdly enough, this is the best stealth vehicle, but I don't have much more to say about it. I mean, it's great and you need to have it, of course if you have the 7 million to buy it, but if you don't, I suggest saving up, watch this video to find out how. And that's all the stealth vehicles. Was my list the same as yours? Let me know that in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.